All right. So what do we have here? The Onaji MFN Rouse. Okay. So we live and we here to talk about you and your characters and your successful ass Kickstarter. Tell us about it. Tell us about your experience, man. What's going on?
So far it's been good. I'm really enjoying, everything. We meet our deadline for the funding. We still got a few more days to go. So if you pop up in these chats, feel free to, pledge or share. It don't take much to share. So yeah.
All right. So this is gonna be a fun little interview. Nothing crazy. Ain't gonna be boring like the other guys interview, not dry. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ask you a couple of questions about matter of fact, I ain't even sure who we talking about. So we have tell us about this character. Who's Odina?
Dina is, the titular character from my main book. She's my original character. I created this character back in 2016 or 17. Pretty much, she's like, Supergirl meets the X-Men. Super strong, super fast and vulnerable. So she's the main central character of the series.
I and we also have. I picked this picture because like I think it's my favorite picture of this character. So it's nothing crazy. I just think I just love the scene. So tell us about Kandake.
Yeah, Kandake is a character. It's a spinoff series of Odina. So pretty much, it basically is like if you read issue 6, you'll see that she's one of the characters that falls from that, or kind of comes from that book. But it's pretty much she's a demigoddess who was exiled to purgatory, and she recently came back to today's world. So all I'm saying is, if you have not caught up on the lore and Odina and Kandake, now's the time to really tap into that, because it's really dope. I really like this character too. She won an award for best written female character 2023, but it's a dope book. So yeah.
Yeah, I like her because violence, and I know I inspire the violence in concrete comics. But this is not about me. So what we here for is also you got a lot going on. So with your Kickstarter, you get all these titles right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So with the Kickstarter going on right now, so all 6 issues of Odina, which is volume 1, makes volume 1, and then all 3 issues of Kandake, which is a collective. So issue 0, 1, and 2. Yeah. So yeah. So but with the Odina, it's a trade. So you can get the whole collection in one trade, one graphic novel. So that's why, we were only doing this at cons, but now we're doing it like available to the world now, like everywhere.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So you get all these issues, 2 strong, black, powerful female superheroes. Anything else they should know besides anything else? This Kickstarter is live. It's already fully funded. Um, Anything else you want to share before we move on?
Uh, Other than the fact that just tap into the Kickstarter. Trust me, even though it's two powerful black women, feed lead characters. The books are for everybody to enjoy. So trust me, it's a good indie superhero journey stories from both books.
But you ain't talking about how issue 1 is a remix though, bro. I didn't get the cover to blow it up, but if you already have that Odina issue 1.
So yes. Okay, so I'm glad you brought it up. So issue 1 is definitely remastered. So when we came out with our first book, which was our first Kickstarter, 2021.
Yeah, bro, we was young. Yeah, something like that.
So, so that was my first Odina issue. It was drawn by the amazing Eric Blake. So that was the first run of the issue one. So this go round, issue one has been redone, completely different. The story's still the same, but still more uh, different art style, and it kind of flows a little differently with the rest of the books. It's done by Samuel Marquis. So, and not to disregard the other publishings. The first draft of the series is still going to be available some places, but this is kind of new, remastered, and kind of a whole new dawn for Odina. So, and it'll definitely pick up in volume two. But yeah, issue one's brand new pages, new artists, new colors, all that.
All right. Well, now that we got all the fluff out the way, let's get to the real fun of the show. The questions. I hope I came up with some thought provoking questions. I've been working on for a couple of days. I've had time, so
Oh my god.
let's just see what we got. See, there you go. So, Odina's roots are in Atlanta. What ATL food spot or tradition would be her vibe?
For Odina, she definitely gonna go to Wing Place. Probably JR Crickets.
And is that you or is that Odina?
That's Odina, not me.
Oh, okay. We're gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna get through the fun stuff. We're gonna keep talking. So, if Odina had a hype song before a fight, what would it be? I need you to sing it too, bro. Like some of us may not know it.
Please, if you don't know these songs, then you ain't at this cookout. But I'll definitely say "Nuck If You Buck" would definitely be her hype song. Like my mom.
You ain't going to perform it for the people, bro.
Hell no.
That's wild, bro. That's wild. Okay. Let's see if this one to make you think a little bit. She's compared to Wonder Woman. So what's something Odina can do that Wonder Woman would be jealous of?
You mean other than her edges?
Wow. Hey, give us something else, man. Go on, give us something else.
Put on lotion. Look, actually know how to dance on rhythm. I mean,
You know what? I'm going to move on. I don't even know why I slipped that one in there. If Odina had a sidekick, who or what would it be?
I feel like it would be Eclipse, which she was in the issue one, and she's a part of Sister Circle book. So if there was that one character from her verse that would be a sidekick, it would definitely be Eclipse.
Okay, outside of the Concrete verse or the Odina verse.
I mean, how?
You know what? Give me one from Marvel. Give me one from DC and a rando.
Okay, from Marvel, who is she? Probably Ironheart. From DC, oh, who we got in DC that's like a kid or something, or like sidekick material? I don't think. No.
I would. If you go on Teen Titans, you can still say Raven, Starfire, Teen Titans.
No, look, we'll skip over DC.
No, you can't skip over DC. We need that answer.
We don't got nobody in DC who's.
DC might end up watching this. We need to know who can she team up with?
Sidekick?
A sidekick.
Yeah, it's looking pretty slim.
Supergirl, maybe?
Hell no.
Damn.
It'll be somebody black.
Oh, what's that name of that lady there? The one that be with Icon. Icon's
Rocket. Okay,
Rocket.
Rocket could be it. Yeah, you know what?
They she kind of DC right now.
Yeah, they're kind of DC / Milestone. Okay, I'll give that Rocket.
All right, cool. And what's a random?
Random would definitely probably be Blue Fox.
I see what you did there. I like that. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Move on. Would Odina be more likely to host a block party or crash it by accident while fighting a monster?
She'd definitely crash it by accident while fighting a monster. Yeah, that's more of her style. She will be the person just messing stuff up.
All right. Okay. Okay. What does Atlanta add to her story that another city couldn't?
Pretty much this is one of the location spots for the program that she's a part of, which is one of the sub programs for the superhuman group soldier sequence program. That's one of their bases. They have bases, a lot of bases all over
Mm-hmm.
globally, but that's one of the ones where she's more prone to that she was sent to firsthand.
Okay. All right. Now that we got through the warm up of Odina, we about to get a little more, hopefully, thought provoking questions. Hopefully. If Odina had to recruit a team like the X-Men, what kind of heroes would she want around her?
Oh, that's a good question. What kind of she definitely want? I want to say alpha people, but she definitely want people who are not what's the word, punks.
That
So
sounds about right.
yeah, she don't do punk, she don't do whiners. So definitely she want a nice crew who's gonna get down in the paint with her. So yeah,
A bunch of scrappers, a bunch of, all right, we got this. All right. People that won't depend on her and wait for her to come save them.
yep.
I can see that. Okay. What challenges do you face when writing a female-led superhero book in today's industry?
Um, there's a lot of challenges. Being that I'm a man, I can't write everything from that aspect of her. So I have to definitely get a woman's perspective on things when it comes to how to respond or how the story might better fit her. And also, there's another thing I'm finding is that I kind of feel for this character, so I take on the misogynoir that she gets when it comes to like her being a female character. And when I say that, I mean like I get hypersensitive about how people will treat Jessica Jones as if she's this okay character because she's a snarky asshole, but yet Odina can't be that way because she's a sister.
Mm, mm.
So she gets labeled as the angry black chick. So
So
yeah,
you're right. You're writing to change that the
yeah,
perspective of that.
yeah. Because as black characters, we all have so many different characters that we can play. We're not always the magical Negro for things. So yeah,
No, that's very important that you say that. You know, they like to put us in a box and keep us there. We can say, do, act, react the same as anybody else, but we get a label and they get pacified.
yeah,
So I totally get it. Like angry black women. Like I haven't seen angry Puerto Rican women, Asian women, white women. You know what I'm saying? So I get exactly what you're saying. So yeah, yeah, I get it. Okay. If Adina were standing in front of a young black girl today, what words of encouragement would she give?
it would be cliche, but it would definitely be to stand up for yourself. Definitely it definitely be like self love, confidence type thing.
Yeah, but cliche is good. We grew up on cliche.
Yeah,
A lot of these YNs don't have cliche. Now look what's going on. you know, you
this
know
is
that
shit.
when we had cliche, we was tough. Without cliche, everybody's sensitive and everybody's traumatized and
Yeah,
nobody has direction. Nobody knows what they want to do in life. Everybody becomes carbon copies. Man, listen, I think we got to bring back cliche, bro.
I mean,
Hey, okay. Oh, we there already? Okay, all right. So that was it for Adina's questions. We about to have fun with Mrs. Kandake. Um, let's keep it pushing.
okay. Well, let's do this. Come on.
Kandake fought her way out of purgatory. What's the first snack, meal, or drink she craved in the modern world?
Well, knowing her, it'd probably be some type of dish that she's not used to, like some type of porridge or something, like some
That's
type
what she
of.
would crave in the modern world.
Yeah, she's from a old time. She doesn't have these overtype cuisines like we have now. Like
So
think
she
of
would
like,
come out of purgatory and be like, Bring me your finest porridge.
Yeah. What did the Nubians had like a different type of meal than what we had? That's why most of them were probably like leaner than what we are.
Right. Okay. Maybe I should get to just drinking porridge myself so I can become leaner. Um, what's one modern invention she'd completely fall in love with and one she would totally hate?
That's a good question. As we explore her story, I think one modern invention she would probably hate is probably the cell phone.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. Well, she's old school, so she doesn't want to talk to no one like that
And
unless
what?
it's direct to their face. Um, One that she would probably love, it'd probably be something like how like Wonder Woman in the war animation, where it was like she had ice cream for the first time.
Yeah,
It'd probably be something like that, where it'd probably be like,
a food invention.
yeah,
Food. Yeah, I can see that.
like it'll just blow her mind.
So Kendaki was once a queen. How would she handle today's politics? Run for president or just overthrow everybody?
Well, she was a warrior
Wait,
queen,
wait,
so
wait, wait, wait. Whatever you say, we need it in story, but I'm listening.
well, she would definitely probably overthrow everybody because she was a warrior queen. Like there's time for politics and whatsoever, but when politics fail, it's time to go. It was time to go to war.
I think that'd be a dope one shot story, not canon. Kendaki takes over the presidency, bro. I think that'd be epic, bro. Like, I'm putting it out there, man. When people see this and they hear that, they're gonna want to see that too. Kendaki overthrowing and becoming the president, bro. Listen,
What if
this
we did
president.
do like what you call it, concrete what ifs?
Listen, I would love to do that, but we got Mister. We got to do our research and wait for the right timing. And if the other ones watch it, he's already written the script, so you're wasting no time, right? But nah, I mean, we definitely could. I think that'd be a dope story. We could do like an anthology vibe, and Kendaki's story is she overthrows the presidency or
So
just take over the world. I think that'd be epic.
yep.
I think that'd be epic. Okay. Which modern celebrity would Kandaki look at and say, yeah, that could serve in my army?
Which modern celebrity? Huh? What modern celebrity? I don't know. You probably look at some of them as weak. I would say she probably let's see. She probably would watch the Woman King and probably would think Viola Davis's character that she plays, even though it's based off historical some historical uh accuracy. She probably want her as in her army, but not realizing that that was just for a movie instead of actually.
I was hoping you would have said
Don't say The Rock.
Michael Jackson and how he could stand on stage and people started fading and going crazy. I would assume Kandaki like, oh, he has a power I can use. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I bet he's gonna say Michael Jackson or Beyonce or some shit.
Well, if she's going by today, then it definitely probably be someone like Beyonce, where she will want her like to be her emissary or something like that. But yeah,
So I should have added live or dead, live or past. Yeah, I should have. Okay.
yeah.
I'm learning for future. I'm learning. I should have did that. Okay. What pop culture warrior queen would she absolutely mop the floor with in a fight? And you know why I did this one.
Why? What? Who did you have in mind? First, I
Come
want to hear.
on, bro. I'm listen. I'm thinking Xena. You know what I'm saying? Xena warrior princess. I think Kendaki will mop the floor with her.
First of all, Odina would definitely whoop Xena's ass.
Kendaki.
Kandake would definitely whoop Xena's ass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I threw it out there.
Oh, okay.
I want to teach people about Xena because y'all swear everybody know about her, but they don't.
People do know.
People do, not everybody. Is what I
But
said.
if it was come down to Xena and Kandake, Kandake would definitely whoop her ass. But the thing with Xena is, if you familiar with the show, she also took on some of the gods too. It was no disrespect to Lucy Lawless. Like, she's a wonderful person, but the stuff she did in that show was beyond ridiculous. So that's why I was like, yeah, Kandake will win.
Yeah. Okay. Amani is a warrior queen who's been exiled for centuries. What part of her old world clashes the most with the modern ones she's thrust into?
Probably there's always a language barrier because she's slowly starting to adapt to understanding how everything is different because it's not as it's way more, how can I put it, passive these times and more soft, whereas in things
Mm-hmm.
were different back then. So she looks at it as, I won't say people are weaker, but
We are.
she definitely look at it as like, like, ugh, like a bunch of babies running around. So she
Yeah,
look,
man. Like, yeah, she grew up in where everybody have that countryman, farmer man strength versus I'm gonna hit the gym and just look good strength, type of vibe, and that's true. That's true. I can see that. Okay. How much of Gandaki's strength comes from her divine authority and how much comes from her sheer willpower?
I say majority of it comes from her. I'll say if it was based off 100%, I'll say 80% comes from her actual divine authority,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest comes from how much she's willing to push herself. So she hasn't pushed herself yet. So
Oh, so she's pretty strong.
yeah,
So that means that sheer willpower can push that divine authority crazy.
yes.
Okay. So I'm taking notes so I know what female character I need to create. I need to
Wow.
I'm about to destroy all y'all.
Well, you said that. You said that last time, and I was like, okay.
No, it's still coming. What makes Kendaki different from other warrior queens or mythical heroines we've seen before?
Oh, that's easy. This is actually based off actual historical figures, not just like something made up out of the air. Like the character itself. Is that you shaking that noise?
No, that's the noise
Oh,
going outside of my room.
oh.
I apologize. You can be picking that up.
But no, it's actually based off actual historical figure called the Kandakis, which were queens during the BC era in the Kush Kingdom, which is Nubia, but it's now like Lower Egypt and Sudan now. So that's what separates them from most warrior queens. And there are been some other characters people created recently that kind of based off historical figures, but these are more like they were actually like rulers of like a dynasty, and it wasn't like just one queen. It was like the next successor after the next and next. It was for
Right.
a brief moment. So yeah,
So will we see a lot of that lore play out in this story?
I would like for it to play out in a TV series.
Ah, here you go. Here you go. All you had to say was yes. You ain't have to, show off. Yeah, bro. It's coming soon. That's all you had to say, bro. All you got to show off. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. If Kandaki and Odina met, would it be an epic team up or an even more epic throwdown?
That's a good question. It would probably be. Would it be a throwdown? Because I mean, we're meeting. Are we talking about the Odina now, or when she first in issue one? In issue one, it probably would have been a fight. So, but past issue six, kind of slight different character outlook on life. Now she's definitely kind of like teaming up.
Bro, they teaming up. You know what? I'm tired of the team ups. I feel no. Listen to me, bro. I feel like we can have a common enemy and not like each other. Like we don't never have to like each other. You know
I
what I'm
didn't say they
saying?
like. I didn't say they like each other.
All right, so when they first meet up, is it a throwdown or they team it up? Like that's you know what I'm saying? What is it?
Well, actually, I take that back. It would be a team up because here's the thing: if you read issue 6, no, was it issue 6 or is it issue 6 is where she actually is one of the people the hybrids escaping. So she sees Odina taking on Lady T. So she has a mutual respect for someone who's able to hold their own against a person like that. So
Man, I'm thinking they about to start crashing into buildings and everything flying. People's heads get chopped off in the crossfire, and you giving me some Barney and Friends story, bro. Like that's crazy, bro.
it
I'm mad.
is.
I'm mad. I put this question in here now, bro.
That's
Like
what you get.
that's wild. Oh, that's wild. Oh man. Let's see. If they went out for a girls' night in Atlanta, where would they end up, and who's starting the bar fight?
That's hilarious. They would end up, let's see, off the chain. They'd probably end up somewhere. Would it be Edgewood or would it be Midtown?
A lot of us don't live in Atlanta, bro.
Well, that's why I'm going through my spots. So relax. It'll probably be. Would it be Midtown or would it be? Well, okay. So here's the thing. It would probably be somewhere in East Point or the West End. It would be in the West End. Oh my God, it would be in the West End, and Kandake would start the bar fight because
Why?
Kandake don't mesh well with too many people. Like she's off in the desert by herself for the most part. She don't mind helping the villagers and stuff, but if you approach her, she looks at herself as a queen. Not anybody can just approach her, especially men. And some of these men these days, they can be highly, rude and disrespectful.
I think a dope throwdown would be Kendaki and Absolver. Like, what we talking about? What we talking about? I like that. See, then that's another fun, not canon story right there. See, listen, bro. Listen. You have to get. I just want 10%. 10% of these story ideas, bro. Listen, I just want 10% of these story ideas, bro. Like that's it. Move on to the next because that's a contract signed and sealed. Let's keep pushing. If you had to pick one to protect you during the apocalypse, who are you calling and why?
Is this between Odina and Kandake?
Yes.
Oh, probably be Odina.
Why?
Because she's got a high invulnerability. Like Kandaki is extremely durable and has a vulnerability too, but Odina's is like Superman type invulnerability.
Makes sense. I don't even know why I put that question in there.
Ha!
Let's keep it pushing. I think we're down to the last three, so it's gonna be a little bit more serious. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Here we go.
Both Kandake and Odina are powerful black women, but in different genres. Warrior Queen mythos versus superhero epic. How do they reflect different sides of empowerment?
That's a good question. No, actually,
oh, okay.
Well, here's the thing. The thing with Odina is that she's not fully aware of what she's capable of. Whereas she's learning. It's kind of like a slow burn for her. Whereas in Kandaki, she's fully aware of who she is. And there's no question about it. Now, could she question herself now, being that she's out of time? Yes, but you're not going to negate who she is. She's a queen, and she's going to remind you of that when it comes to that. That's why it's two different stories. Odina is kind of that young lady who's finding out who she is, and she's slowly accepting that who she is. Whereas in Kandaki, she's kind of like she's confident in who she is, and they kind of mirror that same story.
All right, that's a real great answer. I like that. Good thing I slid you the answer before we got on live. So
Shut up.
The next question. Which character do you feel carries more of yourself as a creator, and which one feels more like their own entity?
That's a good question.
I can just tell you off for it because the way you talk to me, I already know the answer.
Actually, hold on. I gotta think about that. So more of a as a creator. I don't know because okay, so I definitely gotta say, you make me sick. So I guess it'll probably be I definitely see as Odina as my child. So
Mhm.
definitely gonna have some aspects of
A
my
lot, a
yeah,
lot, a
whatever.
lot.
Whatever. That's my baby. Um, but I will say definitely Kandake definitely has is her own entity. Even though she's still my kid as well. Just I can definitely she's that independent child that kind of runs off on her own. So yeah.
Okay, I can see that. That was funny. All right, last question, sir. If readers could only meet one of these characters first, who would you introduce them to and why?
Hmm. Which one? Probably more Kandake. Uh, not because Odina isn't worthy of being, introduced first. It's just that Odina is for people who kind of enjoy the hero's tale, you know.
Hmm.
Whereas, and they want to see the development, like kind of like the Invincible characters and stuff like that, and that type of thing, the
Right.
hero's journey. Whereas in Kandaki, she kind of comes out the gate, um, looking for blades and everything else, and not to say like she still doesn't have like development in her works. It's just that there's a difference to what I want to do with her as opposed to Odina. Whereas I wish people appreciate more of the hero's journey as opposed to just the physical aspect of it. So
Okay. Um, that was great. I like that response. This was fun. This was fun. It was.
I'm a good time, Jamel. Despite what you might think, I'm actually a very good time.
Listen, I had a sheet that I wrote down like yo, how many times is Onaji gonna say oh yeah, and it didn't happen. I would have if I was a betting man, I lost money today.
I know.
Because when I watched that live with you and Lonzo, you were just oh yeah.
First of all, that was just me. It was late, and I was in the moment of pumping up that Kickstarter. So now I'm in the midway point.
Listen, I'm just a better host.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just I'm just more interested. It's I'm just a better host. I'm not saying he's a bad host. I'm just the better one.
Okay.
But nah, let's put this back up. The Odina Kandake Kickstarter is live. It's fully funded. Anything you want to say before we close out about this?
Yes. Let's make this a stretch goal. If we can get to 4,000, I will release a digital wallpaper for a novel that I've been working on called Tales of the Hybrid, which is something I'm still writing. So it's pretty much if you guys know what the hybrids are, they're the characters that Kandaki and some of the people that Odina fought in issue 6. So I'm doing like a small collection of stories on certain hybrids, and I have a poster or cover art done for that. So if we can get up to 4,000, that's a stretch goal, and if we keep going, I'll even release a special Odina never before seen book. So yeah.
Really, really.
Hmm.
Hmm. Nice, nice. All right, Onaji MFN Rouse. Where can the people meet you,
Thank you,
talk to
Matt.
you, write?
Well, they can find me through the Concrete IG page, as well as also Obsolete Studio LLC, or they can find me on, let's see, where else? I'm on Threads. I'm on, where am I at? I'm on TikTok now doing videos that Onaji are. I'm everywhere.
You sure you want to say you're everywhere? Because there's a lot of sites out there.
not those types of sites. The main
See, I'm trying to help you out to reach as much people as possible. You say you're everywhere.
look, if I'm on them them other sites, it ain't me. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. Onaji, MF, and Rouse sounds like a perfect. Let's go. Let's call it a night. Nah, man, this was great. You know, every time we talk, it's always a good time, and I'm excited for you. I'm happy that you're fully funded and successful. You know, it's nice to see what you're doing with these characters, being that it's black women. You know, and I'm gonna say it every single time. You're not over sexualizing them, and like this. I'm looking at this picture right now. And I think Odina look beautiful as hell, and that picture behind the moon. I just like it. It's a good look, bro. It's a real good look, and I'm happy for you.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm only getting paid for 40 minutes. It's 35. I get paid extra if I keep it under 40. And bro, have a good night, boss.
Peace out.